All right, boys and girls, I have to tell you, for Thursday's work, I'm a little frustrated with myself. I just made you this beautiful, nice video, all for Thursday's work, and I had it on slow-mo, so it was a total of 61 minutes long. Sorry. So here we go again. I'm going to do the whole worksheet again, even though I already did it. Fun. I think the moral of my story is I'm ready to go back to school. All right, guys. So our very first problem of the day for Thursday's work is list the factors of 36. So when we go ahead and we list our factors of 36, we do like our fact family. 1 times 36 is 36. Now, I'm not great at memorizing all of them. For some reason, as you guys know, I don't have a wonderful memory. So what I do is I simply make division problems. You could also skip count and list your multiples and see, but this is just easier for me. So I'm going to divide and see if 2 can go into 36 and see if it's a factor. So 2 can go into 3. Beautiful. So I know 2 times 18 is 36, so I can add that to my list. 3s. Again, you can list your multiples and do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, so forth. Or you could just make it a division problem. Whatever works for you. Maybe you want to do both. Beautiful. 3 times 12. I'm going to run out of room. Let's try, so 4s. If I divide by 4, it doesn't go, like 3 can't go into 6, so I really need to know, I said 3, I meant 4. I really need to know if 4 can go into 36, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply list my multiples counting by 4s. I'm not really good when I talk while I'm doing it, so I should hush up, but, and I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So 4 and 9. I know 5s doesn't work. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So that doesn't work. 6s, I know 6 times 6 is 36. So I'm just going to rewrite these out. You only have to write that 6 once. I don't know if that helps. And those are all of your factors of 36. All right, so for our next one, we're going to go ahead and subtract, find that difference. If you want to pause the video and solve it and then check back, or you can solve it with me and follow my step to step. What I really like is if you try it first, like try it on your own, and then use my video to double check your work. I just think it's helpful. But here we go. If you want to pause, I won't be offended. If you want to follow along, I like that too. Here we go. 0 minus 9. I can't do it. I can't have 0 and take 9 away. So I'm going to borrow from my tens place. All right. Now I am in the tens place. I can't have 4 and take 5 away. So I need to borrow. 14 minus 5 is 9. Go to the hundreds. 7 minus 5 is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. 7 minus 2 is 5. Now, I'm not done. What I want you to do is I want you to write an equation. What could I do to check my work? How could I check my work and make sure I'm accurate? All right, awesome. So if you said an inverse operation was the opposite way and it would help us check our work, that was the correct answer I was looking for. And we could go through and just double check that we are accurate, because who doesn't like to be correct? Our correct answer is 50,291, and I know that because I did an inverse operation to double check that work. All right, this next one, I love this one. It says, what of the following fractions is equivalent to 1/4? I changed it to which of the following fractions. I think that's what it's supposed to say. So we have a fraction of 1/4. Here's our 1/4. One strategy we could do is we could simply draw these 4 other fractions, make our whole the same size, and we could break them apart. So here's 1/4, and then we could do 1/8, and we could just simply see, hey, is 1/8 the same size? No, it's not. And we could do it that way. That's definitely one strategy, is just simply drawing the fraction. Another thing that we could do, and this is what we actually did in class, is we could cross multiply. So we're going to rewrite our equations, and then we're going to cross multiply to see their value. So 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 4 is 4, and we can simply see they are not equivalent. They are not the same size. What I'd like you to do is try the cross multiplying to double check your work. I did A for you, so check B, C, and D. Pause the video, and then come back and we'll check your answers with mine. Okay? Good luck. Okay, hopefully it's not too hard for you to see. I made up my own problem here, so don't look at that. But I did 1/4 and 1/8. Notice that they were not equal. I did 2/8 and 1/4, and I noticed they both equal the product of 8, which means they're equivalent. I didn't stop there. I kept going. I checked 4/8 and 1/4, and one was worth 16 and one was worth 8. Definitely not the same. And last 6/8 compared to 1/4, and definitely not the same. So I know the correct answer was B. 2/8 is equivalent to 1/4. All right? Okay. Our second to last problem is doing composite numbers. Right now, I just want you to think, what is a composite number? All right, so we're trying to figure out which one is not a composite number, but my question to you was, what does the word composite mean? So composite means that there's more than 2 factors. We know that a prime number means 1 and me. For example, the number 5 is prime. Because to multiply, I can only multiply by 1 and 5 as whole numbers to get to 5. Composite means there's more than those 2 ways to get to the number. So for example, 10 is composite because I can multiply by 1 and 10. I can also multiply by 2 and 5. So there's more than just those 2, 1, and me to get to 10. So we have the numbers 45, 56, 2, and 21. What I want you to do is I want you to look at the number 45 and come up with the fact families like we did over here. And figure out, like, I can multiply by 1 and 45. Is there anything else I can multiply by to get to 45? If you don't know, make it into a division problem. So I go by 1s, then I do 2s, then I do 3s, 4s, 5s. Go ahead and try, pause your video, and then check back. Okay, boys and girls, so what I did was I just listed out my factors, and it's okay, just remember, you're allowed to divide, or you're allowed to skip count, use your fingers, use your toes, whatever you gotta do. So the correct answer for this one was C, or 2, because it's a prime number, and there's only 2 factors to get to the number 2. All right, our last problem for today is 1,224 divided by 9. What I'm going to have you do is I want you to pause your video, list your steps off to the side, and list your first 10 multiples of the number 9. Okay? 10 multiples of 9, steps, then check back. Okay, guys, go ahead and check. Let me make sure you can see it all. Check your multiples, because if we made a mistake here, the whole thing will be wrong. So make sure you check your multiples, and make sure you have your steps, because we're going to cross them off as we go. All right, our first step is we're going to see if 9 can go into 1. So over here on our list of multiples, we're looking for the number 1. I do not see it, so that means that 9 cannot be divided into 1. So I'm going to put my 0 there. Now I'm going to look at the number 12. So I'm trying to see if 9 can go into 12. I'm looking over here for the number 12, remembering we can't go over it. I see 9 and I see 18. 18 is too much because it's more than 12. So I'm going to go with 9, and that's 1 time. So above the 2, I'm going to put my 1, and that's me dividing. So now I can multiply. 9 times 1 is 9. Notice where I put my 9 because I'm dealing with the number 12. So I put it underneath. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract. 12 minus 9 is 3. Before I bring down, guys, I need to go up and I need to try to divide. So can I have 9 people and fit them into 3 chairs? Oh no, that would not be cute. So that means we get to bring down. So now over here on my list of multiples, I'm looking for the number 32. 32. Okay, I see 27 and I see 36. 36 is too much because it's bigger than 32, so I'm going to go with 27. And I know it's 1, 2, 3 times, so above that 2, I put my 3. That's me dividing. Now I'm going to multiply. 3 times 9, no need to figure it out. You already figured it out over here, and that's 27. Now, after we multiply, of course we subtract. 32 minus 27, I can't have 2 and take 7 away, so I need to borrow. 12 minus 7 is 5. 2 minus 2 is 0. That's me subtract. Okay, so I'm left with 5. Before I can bring down, I need to see, can 9 people fit into 5 chairs? I do not see the number 5 over here, so that means no. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down my 4. And now I'm looking, can 9 people fit into 54 chairs? So I'm looking over here. Ooh, I see 54. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And that's me dividing. Now I multiply. 6 times 9, remember we just did that math, is 54. And now I can subtract, and I'm left with a good old number of 0. 9 cannot go into 0, and I have nothing left to bring down. So my correct quotient is 136. If you want to take a minute and check your work, you could do the inverse operation. When I did my inverse operation, I was able to see it was the same as my dividend. So I know my answer is true, 136, and that is B on your worksheet. B. If you guys have any questions in solving these, or maybe, on your bell work, please feel free to email me or reach out. Hopefully everything's going good at home. If you just want to talk, feel free to reach out to me. Okay, guys? Miss you tons. Have a good day.